The mark of any great champion is not to climb the mountain and win the gold at the top, but rather to stay on the peak when everyone else is attempting to displace them. Very few champions have the ability to regroup after the celebrations of being crowned, to do it all over again in the hope of going back to back. Well, in the fascinating world of sevens rugby, that is exactly what has happened for the Argentinian sevens team. Traditionally not a sevens superpower, they now find themselves having been crowned champions for the second season running. But how did they do it? And what makes this team so very special? Well, that's exactly what we'll be answering today as we take a deep dive into the story of the double champions. But before we do that, we ask that you like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave your comments down below. Your engagement allows us to keep bringing you some great rugby content. Now, without further ado, let's get back to the video. For the last few years, Argentinian Sevens has been on the rise. Having never really featured amongst the top 4 sides in the world, they made a giant leap forward in the 2021-22 season by ending in the top 4 for the first time in almost 2 decades. Los Pumas were looking to establish themselves among the Sevens elites and break the trend of dominance set by New Zealand, South Africa and Fiji over the years. Other names such as Samoa, England and Australia have certainly troubled the heavy hitters, but Argentina always remained a step behind both those groups. But could this soon change? 12 months later, and Argentina found themselves finishing with a silver medal and coming second in the World Series. So close, yet so far. But could they put all doubts to bed last season when they emphatically won the series against all odds? As great as that achievement was, surely they couldn't do it again. Could they? The team is coached by an absolute legend of Argentinian sevens and a man that the players would have grown up idolising. Of course, we are referring to none other than Santiago Gomez Cora. Cora was the linchpin of Los Pumas for years. By the time he hung up his boots, he was and still is the proud record holder of the most points and the most tries for the national sevens side. Before the record was broken, he even held the accolade of having scored the most tries ever on the sevens circuit. Since then, he has dropped down the list, but this doesn't take away from his brilliance as a player. So what better man to mentor the next generation and take Argentina from strength to strength? And that's exactly what he was doing. However, the 2024-25 season would present with it new challenges. For starters, the rest of the world was now on high alert for the talents Los Pumas possessed. Amongst those talents is former World 7 Player of the Year, the mercurial Marcos Moneta. Unsurprisingly, Moneta is one of the first names on the team sheet and starred this season once again. But could he inspire his team to double gold status? The season got underway in the hot temperatures of Dubai, and although Los Pumas showed their will to defend their crown, they couldn't make it past the semi-final. This set up the first opportunity for a medal in the season with a 3rd and 4th place game against the All Blacks, which they won. But could they improve on this? After their bronze medal in Dubai, Argentina travelled to sunny South Africa for one of the biggest parties in the country, the Cape Town Sevens. They were hoping to turn their bronze medal into a gold, but unfortunately their party would be ruined by leaving the land of the Big Five with a 5th place finish. Certainly not what they wanted after the first 2 tournaments. If they wanted to retain their champion status, something would have to change, and very soon. From Cape Town to the west coast of Australia, the Perth Sevens offered Argentina the chance to make things right. A shaky start to the series was redirected in the right direction as they took on the hosts in a must-win final. Fortunately for the Argentinian fans, they demolished the hosts by 41 points to 5 to win their first gold medal of the season. But could they do it again? After a first gold medal, the Sevens circuit made its way to North America for the Vancouver Sevens in Canada. Topping their group was a good sign for the rest of the tournament. A close victory over the Spanish set up a final against the Blitzboks. A close-fought fight for the gold medal took place, but for the second tournament on the trot, Argentina left the weekend with a gold medal around their necks. Now they were back on track and fighting for top spot with the other log leaders, Fiji. If they wanted to overcome the threat of the Islanders, they would have to go on for a three-peat in the next tournament. For a potential hat-trick of gold medals, Argentina would have to travel to Hong Kong for another challenging weekend. A third gold medal in a row would put them firmly in the driving seat to win the entire series. But could they gear up for yet another tournament? After battling the best of them, Argentina found themselves in another final with the familiar foe of the French. With the hot run of form they were on, not even the Olympic champions could stop them from taking home yet another gold medal, and now they were on the verge of taking home the whole entire series. A close trip from Hong Kong to Singapore, Argentina needed a semi-final finish to secure the entire World Sevens series for a second season in a row, an achievement few had been able to accomplish. Argentina topped their group in dominant fashion to meet their closest rivals, Fiji, in the semi-final. Knowing they'd already done enough, Argentina still put up a spirited fight, however, they lost out in a close final eliminator. They were determined to at least leave Singapore with a medal, and they did exactly that in the third and fourth place playoff against the Spanish. But there was something far more special than that bronze medal. Series champions once again, back-to-back, history makers, and without a doubt, the best in the world. Argentina have proved the whole world wrong for the second season running to be declared as the undisputed double sevens series champions. The rest of the world will be aiming to displace them, but for now no one can dispute their glory. Cora and his men can hold their heads high as the best in the world once more. Well, that's our take on the double sevens champions. Now it's your chance to let us know what you think of the sevens circuit. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and keep an eye out for more content to come. Until next time, thanks for watching.